Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast Parkers. Today we'll be talking about Nitinat National Park.
Oh, we're rolling. Oh, alright. So, to start things off, let's talk about the history of Nitinat Lake. Long ago, before we discovered Canada, the First Nations lived here. Part of Vancouver Island, which consisted of Nitinat Lake, was inhabited by several bands that resulted in the creation of the Nitinat tribe, also known as the Diridat people. Diridat means people along the coast in their specific language. At present, right now, they live at the only urbanized area near the Nitinat Lake, which is the Diridat village situated in Malacan, which is also a settlement that lies at the head of Nitinat Lake. So there are some rules that everyone needs to follow for every national park, basically, right? So this park specifically has around 8 rules, which are: Number 1, only small fires are allowed on campsites. Number 2, alcohol consumption is prohibited at all times. Number 3, under the National Parks Act, I believe, it is illegal to disturb or collect any plants, animals, rocks, shells, or artifacts, or basically anything that, except the map that they give you, from the park. So number 4 is pets are allowed but must be on leash at all times. Number 5, no smoking is allowed. Number 6, all foods and garbage must be stored or disposed of, in special containers that are scattered all over the park. Number 7, hunting and trapping animals is prohibited at all times. Number 8, fishing is permitted in certain areas of the park, but you can't take the fish home with you. You have to put it back in the lake so it doesn't die.
Before we started recording, I looked at some of the photos and videos of this place, and let me tell you, this place is so beautiful. If you already didn't know, this park is located on the west coast of Vancouver Island. This region is known as the Western Cordillera. The Western Cordillera consists of several mountain ranges and plateaus. For example, the Rocky Mountains and the Columbia Mountains. This physiographic region is the youngest out of the 3 highland regions, the Appalachians and the Inuitians.
Whoa, damn. Do you know what that is?
No, only you know what it is. Of course I know what it is. It's an earthquake. Oh, speaking of earthquakes, did you know that earthquakes are very common in British Columbia? That's because it's next to 3 plate boundaries. These plate boundaries are the Pacific, the North American, and the Juan de Fuca plate. Anyways, let's get back on track. Nitinat Lake is a long, narrow inlet that lies in a valley that was deepened by glacial erosion. This is why the lake is surrounded by mountains and ridges. Nitinat Lake is mostly saltwater, with a thin layer of less dense fresh water floating on top of it. It's connected to the ocean by a 3-kilometer long natural shallow water. Also, the bedrock of this region is made out of granite for the most part.
Damn, you talk a lot. Alright, whatever. So, the best time to come to this national park is in the summers, which has an average temperature of around 16 degrees to 19 degrees. Nitinat Lake is located in a temperate rainforest climate, which means the summers are mostly warm and dry. In winters, though, the climate is typically wet, with an average precipitation of, average annual precipitation, you might call it, of around 250 to 350 centimeters. That's a lot of rain. What else is there? The winters have an average temperature of around 6 degrees with frequent prevailing winds, which are the winds that are going in a straight direction. During winter time, snow is very rare in this region. In summers, you may want to pack a small jacket in case it gets cold a bit, but in winters, you 100% need to wear a big raincoat and a big umbrella because it's gonna rain a lot. And the growing season, which you might want to know, are the months of January, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and November. If you don't know what growing season is, it's basically the months that average over 6 degrees.
And you tell me I talk a lot. You were taking like 10 minutes.
Wow, why are you gonna be so mean?
Alright, whatever. In the southwestern part of the park, which is near Chihuahua Lake, is a region that has some of the largest western cedars in the world. Western cedar is a part of the softwood and coniferous family. Coniferous trees are those that don't lose their leaves in the wintertime.
Oh, I drank a lot of water. I'm gonna go to the washroom for a bit. Oh, my stomach hurts.
Brad, cut the mic. I don't know anything else about the vegetation of this place. What should I do?
Didn't you invite a tour guide from the park?
Oh yeah, I'm so stupid. Send him in. And turn on the mics. Okay.
Hello.
We're back here with sorry, what's your name?
Dan.
Oh, hi Dan. So would you like to take a seat over there?
Sure.
Okay, so can you talk about the natural vegetation in the park?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about, but it's pretty hot, so I'm gonna get rid of my stuff.
Okay.
Oh, very nice mustache. Can I drink water, please?
No, it's
okay.
Artin's water. Okay.
Pretty good water. Right, so about the... Oh, I messed up. Can I put back?
Oh yeah.
Hello, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, I can talk about natural vegetation. Natural vegetation that you can find are many species of trees. For example, the western red cedar, the Douglas fir, the Sitka spruce, and the western hemlock, which are all coniferous trees. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah. I know what coniferous trees are. The trees that don't lose their leaves in the winter time.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so some other significant plant types that you can find are the clasping twisted stalk, also known as watermelon berry, which is kind of funny. They're the lily of the valley, Hooker's fairy bells, also known as drops of gold. There is pink porcelain and western trillium. Do you want me to name some more?
No, I think that's enough. But can you tell us about the soil type in the park?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can talk about the soil types. So this park is mostly made up of Patzolic soil, which you can find in boreal forest or most forests basically. Which are podzolic soils actually, are mostly poor soils for agriculture because of their sandy portion.
So I would like to ask one more question.
Sure, what is it?
Are there any threats that are affecting the national park?
Yeah, it's cold a bit, so I'm gonna wear my hat.
Would you like a sweater as well?
No, it's not that cold. I just like my hat, you know. It's pretty bright in here too. So, yeah, there are a lot of factors that can affect the national park in bad ways. Though, good water. So, some factors like people taking the soils, destroying the plants, taking the plants with them home. I don't know, some people do, it's just stupid. But one of the most important ones is climate change, which is happening a lot. Climate change affects this park because of the steep slopes that this park has, which are at risk of degradation, or what do you want to say? Degradation, yeah, same thing. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Well, it's basically losing strength. So this thing happens because of the increased erosion during wet seasons, which are in the winter months, and the more extreme drying during the dry season, which are the summer months. And these changes affect the stability of the forest root structure.
Well, thank you for coming, Dan. I very appreciate your help.
Okay, bye. What was your name again?
Shia,
Oh, okay, bye, Cheyenne.
take care.
Good day. Oh, my beautiful glasses.
Well, now we will be talking about the wildlife. But before, let's take a short commercial break.
This podcast is brought to you by Watermoose National Park. Get 30% off your annual pass today by going to www.watermoosepark.weebly.com/Nitinat.
Welcome back. So let's talk about the animals that live here. This park is a habitat to the Keene's long-eared myotis, Roosevelt elk, black bears, cougars, wolves, marbled murrelet, and many other species of salmon. Most of these animals probably sound familiar, so I'm going to talk about the endangered species. In this park, there are two endangered species. One of them being the Keene's long-eared myotis, and the other one being the marbled murrelet. The Keene's long-eared myotis, also known as the Myotis keenei, is a small bat that has big ears. Its ears can go up to 2 centimeters long, which is approximately 1/4 of its body. These bats are endangered because of the loss of their habitats due to tourism. At this moment, the Keene's long-eared myotis habitat is being protected. Moving on to the marbled murrelet. The marbled murrelet is a bird which zigzags on low water. It uses its stubby wings to swim underwater while making jet plane noises. This bird can live for only 25 years because of natural threats like the bald eagles and the peregrine falcons. We humans cut down forests for logging, which caused a threat to the marbled murrelet. The marbled murrelet needs extensive old-growth forests for nesting, and because of this threat, their population is decreasing.
Oh, God. Alright. That was pretty good washing. Oh, I saw a guy move, by the way. Who was he?
Oh, it's some guy delivering something.
Oh, alright. Whoa, what the hell? Where's my... Did you finish my water?
No, I kind of spilled some.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you dry it?
Oh, yeah, I did it.
Oh, alright. That's some weird stuff one day. Alright, so I'm back. What should we talk about? Did you talk about everything? The wildlife and stuff?
Yeah, I talk about wildlife, vegetation, and the soil types.
Sorry.
And the threats also.
Oh, alright. How do you know that stuff? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. So, what's left? Oh, the activities. Now we're at the fun part. So in this park, there's a lot of activities. Oh, Mike. There's a lot of activities that people can do, which are, in this park you can fish with the rules that we already gave you. You can camp on the campsites. You can canoe on the lakes. You can hike the mountains. There are several bike trails, and the most fun part of this park is that you can kiteboard on the Nitinat Lake. What else is there? Oh, there are many services that this park provides you, like maps, restrooms, information centers, tour guides, gift shop, and many nice scenery. Sorry. And that's it, I guess. That's all the time that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in next time for another podcast of the Podcast Parkers. Next week, we're going to talk about Banff National Park in Alberta, one of the most popular national parks in Canada, but it's nothing compared to this beautiful national park. Peace out.